Will Levis and then Hendon Hooker rounding out the top 5. Now AR sat down with our crew in Indy to discuss his future. Take it away, guys.
All right, we're here at the Combine. It is Anthony Richardson, quarterback out of Florida. Not only one of the most exciting players in college football, certainly one of the most exciting players here this week. There's been a lot of buzz about you, and I'm sure that's followed you throughout your football career. But I want to talk to you about your season because the Utah game got everyone's attention.
Right.
And then there were ups and downs from there. Talk about how you navigated those ups and downs and what ultimately made the decision for you to be where you are right now.
You know, the first couple of games, didn't go the way I expected.
Utah game went pretty good.
The first game was great, in some guys' opinions. The second game wasn't so great. And, after putting together a team, to help me, manage how things were going to go up and down throughout the season, it kind of let me find a level headspace. And, eventually that led to me, playing consistent throughout the rest of the year and just gathering information on whether or not to come out.
You're probably the most explosive athlete of all the quarterbacks down here, the quarterback with the highest upside. But everybody's questioning, I'm sure, during the night interviews, everybody's questioning about the inconsistencies in your game. What are the biggest things teams are asking you in those night interviews, and what do they want to find out the most about you?
They're really just asking, what happened throughout those weeks.
So what happened? No.
Growing up, I've always been the biggest and fastest player on the field. So at times, it was just easy for me to just take over the game and just play hero ball, So I got to college and I realized that's not really how football is supposed to be played. You're supposed to manage the game. And I didn't realize that until this past season, So I just put the hero ball stuff behind me and just learned how to manage the game and just play throughout the system.
Since the season ended, what have you worked on to try to improve on, both for here at the Combine, but also for your next, the next phase of your career as a professional? Where do you think you need to hone in on to take it to the next level?
I'm always big on, growing and getting better at everything, so I could write down a whole list and tell you what I can get better at. But the things I focus on the most were my footwork and my mechanics, being consistent with that. I feel like that pretty much helps me throughout everything on the field with accuracy, consistency, throwing, and just delivering the ball to my guys.
So at the end of the season, did you go work with a quarterback coach or anybody?
Yeah, definitely I did.
And what have you learned in that process?
I have a big, strong arm, but
yeah.
You didn't know that before?
Yeah.
No, yeah, well, you do. You should have came and saw us earlier in August. We could have told you that.
And I can't just rely on that. There's other parts of my body that help me deliver the ball easily, so I just got to focus on those things and have cue points to help me.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, you've already played in a couple systems, being through a couple coaches at Florida. What was on your plate as far as at the line of scrimmage as the quarterback at Florida?
This past year, I love Coach Nick's system. It was quarterback friendly. He had a lot of rules to help us on and off the field. And throughout the games, we had to communicate everything, tell the running back what he had to do, call out certain plays, call out certain texts, and just communicate, over-communicate, and just help guys out.
So Rick is a former Vikings general manager. Danny played at Florida State and played in the NFL. And I don't know if you know who Charlie Ward is. He played back on Danny's team.
Yeah.
He was 6'2".
No, he's 6 feet.
I can tell you, he's the worst estimate height man I've ever been around.
That all week. But I wanted to say you should go back and watch Charlie Ward because I feel like there's some similarities in terms of the athleticism. Charlie went on to play in the NBA for a long time. Do you see any of that in Anthony, but at a much bigger size?
But you were talking about the size.
Yeah.
Charlie Ward was closer to Bryce Young's size.
Gotcha.
He doesn't come anywhere close to this
right.
specimen
But
right
the
here.
athleticism, I think, sort of jumps, right?
Yeah, but I don't even. But Charlie wasn't anywhere near as explosive as you are, and I think that's a testament to your skill set and just why people are talking about you so much after such a short window of playing time because you haven't played that much. In the experience that you've been on the field, does that concern you? What do you think the biggest jump will be for you as as somebody who hasn't started as many as got 3-year starters that are here? What do you think will be the biggest jump for you to the next level?
I believe just getting acclimated to the new style of play, on the next level. Football is always going to be football to me, so I shouldn't, put too much pressure on myself when it comes to that because I've been playing football for so long. So I shouldn't be worried about, how many reps I've had in college, because that's eventually going to come while I'm in the NFL. So just getting acclimated to the new system and the new style of play, and I think I'll be fine.
There's been reports. Are you going to throw here at the Combine?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, why is that important to you?
No, just showcase my arm. I'm a quarterback, and I train for this. So why not just get out here and showcase how well I can throw it?
And there's 4 top quarterbacks in this draft, and everybody has their order now. So if I'm an NFL general manager sitting and talking with you,
Okay.
why should you be my first quarterback on my draft board?
No, because I'm willing to do anything to grow and get better. For any team that wants to get me, I won't shortchange anybody, especially not myself. I want to continue to grow and get better, continue to help the team, continue to help the community, just continue to help everybody around me, so I'm willing to do anything and everything it takes to get better.
Is your expectations as a rookie to come in and be the starter right away?
Oh, definitely. Always playing football, I always want to be the guy. But if I have to take the back seat and learn, I'm definitely willing to do that.
Ryan gave you a comp of somebody who played before you were born. So we'll let you have an opportunity because we always do comps. We try to compare, quarterbacks to players that play in the NFL now. Who do you view your game similar to?
Can't say Bryce Young.
Growing up, that guy was always Cam Newton for me.
Yeah.
That's always been the guy.
Do you think you're a better thrower than him?
I believe so. Yeah.
You are. Coming out, I think so. Would you agree with that?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to make the Cam Newton comparisons because of the size, the athleticism, how you make plays with your feet. But I think he's a better thrower coming out than Cam Newton was.
Yeah.
So one last thing, and then we'll let you get out of here. And you talked about, Rick asked, you want to play on day one. And when I mentioned Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud and Will Levis, those guys all have a little more college experience.
Right.
Explain how you dealt with the frustrations. You touched on it earlier of a bad play or a bad series. And then next year at the next level, everyone's faster, stronger, older. Is that going to be something you're going to have to manage as well?
Yeah, definitely. Whenever you step on the field, you got to manage everything that you can. Just control what you can control. And that's what I had to realize last year. And I think I'm, mentally growing as a person and as a player. So I think my mental aspect of the game eventually, catch up to me, help me out. But that's what I'm working on. I think I got it.
You want anything else, Andy?
I think we're good, man.
All right.
You still doing backflips? Or
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I can still do it.
Keep those on the shelf for a little bit.
If you get hurt doing a backflip, I would fine your ass.
I got you.
That is the Anthony Richardson, quarterback from Florida, joining us here for Combine Week. Thank you very much, Anthony.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Anthony Richardson joining Ryan, Rick, and Danny. Ryan currently has AR going 7th overall to the Raiders in his latest mock. Of course, you can hear Ryan and Rick on their podcast with the first pick. In the latest episode from Indy, they are talking about the winners and losers of the Combine so far and the journey from high school recruit to a pro prospect. You can download and listen wherever you get your podcast, or you can scan that QR code.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.